African-American majorities and near majority wrested political control of many of the nation's cities. However, in recent decades, state authorities and corporate forces have reasserted themselves, seizing power over community institutions that were once locally controlled, including the public schools. Bruce Dixon has this commentary.
Detroit, Michigan, and suburban Atlanta's DeKalb County, Georgia, each have about 700,000 people, and both have black majorities. DeKalb at 55% and Detroit with 83%. They have something else in common as well. In both cases, financial emergencies, fiscal crises have been declared, which have allowed under new state laws local elected governments to be swept aside. In both Detroit, Michigan, and DeKalb County, Georgia, black and white elites together have declared these fiscal crises. As Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, says, the elite never want a perfectly good crisis to go to waste. So the local elected governments in DeKalb County, Georgia, the school board, and in Detroit, Michigan, City Hall itself have been set aside by state law so that the governor can appoint stooges to impose massively unpopular programs of austerity, wage, pension, benefit, and service cuts, and privatization. Quite simply, what austerity regimes do is they turn local government from an entity which collects local taxes and fees in order to pay its employees living wages to provide needed services into a machine which collects local taxes and user fees from the poor and sends them straight to Wall Street as interest payments on an eternal, unpayable debt. Our black and white elites tell us that this is because Detroit, Michigan, and DeKalb County, Georgia, and hundreds of other cities and towns, state governments, and even the federal government, which prints its own money, have allowed spending to run out of control and have for some time lived beyond their means. The truth, however, is that local, state, and federal governments long ago stopped taxing the property and incomes of the wealthy, preferring to concentrate on the smaller property and smaller incomes of working people, making up what they should have got from taxing the rich by borrowing from them at interest. To make matters worse, our black and white elites bargained in bad faith with teachers and government workers across the country to avoid granting immediate wage increases to city, state, and local workers like those in Georgia, Michigan, Illinois, and every place else. They agreed to pension and benefit hikes, effectively money later instead of money now. But since they would not raise taxes on the rich, they never actually had that money to put in those pension funds. And now very soon, those pensions will be due. We noted that both Detroit, Michigan, and DeKalb County, Georgia are majority black. Several smaller cities in Michigan have also been placed under emergency rule as well, so that more than half of Michigan's black population now live under unelected governments. And in Metro Atlanta, the second greatest concentration of African-descended people in North America, DeKalb's fate is a sword hanging over the majority black city of Atlanta and neighboring Clayton County as well. Is the whole thing racist? You could say that, but you wouldn't be explaining much of anything. Georgia's governor halted the appointment process of his stooges to demand more black representation. The Wall Street lawyers selected to shred and privatize what remains of Detroit is black as well. Both Georgia and Michigan have long-standing, well-entrenched black representation at all levels of government and among the jackals who want to sell Detroit's water system or the land beneath DeKalb schools for a dime on the dollar. Telling each other how racist it is, even suing in court for discriminatory impact, is worse than a waste of time. It's actual misdirection. But it's the best and the only explanation, besides the phony spending beyond our means nonsense, that our black political class has to offer. In truth, unelected austerity governments might well be racist, but that doesn't tell us how to get rid of them. So it's not really useful information. The useful truth is that it's capitalism. It's disaster capitalism. It's vampire capitalism. Capitalism that turns everything into debt. And capitalism in which some of the bloodsuckers have black faces. For Black Agenda TV, I'm Bruce Dixon.
Our lineup for this edition of Black Agenda Television. You can visit the Black Agenda team every Wednesday for a new and provocative issue of our magazine, blackagendareport.com, and listen to us on Black Agenda Radio on the Progressive Radio Network. You can also tune in to the Black Agenda TV Express radio show on the GoPro Radio Network every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time at goproradio.com. Black Agenda Report, Black Agenda TV, and Black Agenda Radio, the places for news, commentary, and analysis from the Black left. I'm Ayanna Jones.